Political observers say Ng Chee Meng's request not to be given a government role will not hamper Prime Minister Lawrence Wong's leadership renewal plans. The Labour chief says in a statement that he wants to focus on his duties as Jalan Kayu MP and NTUC Secretary General. Alif Amsyar reports.
It was the tightest race of the recently concluded general election. Labour chief Ng Chee Meng edged out the Workers' Party's Andre Lau by just 803 votes in Jalan Kayu SMC. Days later, a fresh twist. Mr. Ng said that he has asked Prime Minister Lawrence Wong not to assign him any position in government. Instead, he wants to focus on serving his constituents and on his role as NTUC Secretary General, a position he's held since 2018. Mr. Ng's involvement in the halted sale of NTUC income to German insurer Allianz emerged as a flashpoint at the recent election. Remarks he made at a 2017 Ministers' Dialogue with Teachers had also met with online criticism. Mr. Ng has apologized for those remarks.
All these combination, right, would have perhaps prompted, Mr. Ng, to come to the view, that perhaps a position in the government at this point in time, would not be in his best interest, as well as that of his party and the government, and perhaps and as well as NTUC.
Prime Minister Wong had earlier said Mr. Ng could potentially have a spot in his next cabinet, based on the role of Labour chiefs in previous lineups. Still, one analyst says this latest turn of events is unlikely to affect the symbiotic relationship between the Labour movement and the ruling party.
So the work that he has done prior to entering Parliament will continue now that he is in Parliament. The only difference that could perhaps happen here, given that he has requested not to be part of the government, is that perhaps he may not take up a ministerial portfolio. So we'll have to wait and see what role the Prime Minister has in store for him.
Prior to his loss in the 2020 general election, Mr. Ng held ministerial positions in transport and education, as well as the Prime Minister's office. Analysts believe his request will not hamper PM Wong's plans for his leadership team.
I believe that, given that Mr. Wong had secured that firm mandate, that he would have the full suite of men and women, the MP-elect, that he could consider for, appointment to the cabinet.
I don't think it hampers the 4G team that Prime Minister Lawrence Wong wants to put together to steer Singapore forward. And I'm sure that he has in mind a role that Mr. Ng Chee Meng can play, which would be good for Singapore.
Dr. Mustafa also says that this is not a setback in Mr. Ng's political career, but a shift in how he can best contribute to public service as an MP.
Mr. Ng also addressed a photo circulating online of him with convicted money launderer Haijin. He joins Health Minister Ong Ye Kung and Transport Minister Chee Hong Tat in clarifying that they do not know Su personally and had no contact nor dealings with him. Mr. Ng says he had met Su at an engagement session in his role as NTUC Secretary General. He says people would often approach him for photos at events, and he had no further interactions with Su. Su was among 10 people convicted in a $1 billion money laundering case last year. Meanwhile, Mr. Ong's and Mr. Chee's press secretaries said in a statement that the ministers meet a diverse range of people at events. They were invited to dinners and were pictured with Su, who happened to be there. The statement also said that maintaining a high standard of integrity is non-negotiable for the PAP government.